everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Master EX. Today we have the Halloween celebration going on, as you can see on the background. We have two interesting characters dressed up for the occasion. Indeed, it is Hilbert right here and Acerola right here. So, you might wonder, am I going to roll on the gacha for Halloween? Of course I am. Why? Because Mimikyu is one of my favorite Pokemons in the game. So having Acerola dressed up as Mimikyu, together of course with the Pokemon, makes it a really worthwhile pull for myself. However, is she good? Is Hilbert better with Mightyena? Who knows, we will check out the Should You Pull later to know more about this answer, but first, let's get into the gacha. So, like the gacha for Gladio, for Lily and for Lusamine, both those gacha give out, not candies, sorry, coins. Candies might be for Halloween, but for today we have coins. Those coins, as usual, will give you a move candy if you reach 20 coins. So what I suggest that you do is that you do only one roll on each banner if you aren't really interested in the two units. Why? Because while they are limited, so you might only get them from those gachas, I think that both of them aren't that good to warrant a pull. However, if you like Mimikyu, or if you like Mightyena, or if you like Acerola, or if you like Hilbert, probably you won't listen to this advice and roll anyway. To me, I already told you what I prefer, so let's get straight into it and see if we manage to get another limited sync pair. So, let's check out if the Porygon phone will give us some answers right here. Come on! Doesn't seem like we got anything, but let's hold that judgment until it is over, since we can always get a spook out. I know that many of you have been playing around with the game lately and probably been feeling a little bit burned out because of the stamina system and also the rewards being kinda lagging. I know the criticism of the game, I kinda share most of it of course. I just don't really play the game enough to not care that much, but rather to be impacted so much by those changes, because when I play, to me logging on, doing what I need to do and then moving on is actually a good way to play. But I feel like this game was a little bit better whenever we could just get in, play how much we wanted and then get out, because that was a more wholesome experience overall. So hopefully they revert back some changes and they keep being a little more generous rather than the last month where we got basically no gems, if I might be honest with you. I got 9k gems from when we last saw each other, which was the Lily Gacha, which is only 33 bulls, so you might imagine that it isn't that good honestly at all. We might just end this gacha without anything, like I think mostly like the last two gachas where we got some 5 stars but not the one that we wanted. Once again, it seems like it is only a 4-star pool, but let's hold the judgment until we see the end. I must say though that I loved the recent event with Volkner, even if it was a little bit short, and I look forward to seeing how this Halloween one shapes up. At the end of the day, the trainer interactions are probably what I enjoy the most about the game, for the story of course. But I do want to get that Mimikyu if I can, even though I don't have any candies, so if I only get a 1 out of 5, it is what it is. Already at the last pool, but with that we can get something. Come on game, don't delude us, since I really want to get this sync pair. Please! 3, 2, 1, boom! Nothing! Yay! Doesn't look like the game wanted to reward us for our faithfulness, but who knows, maybe now that the door will open. Yes! That's how it is. That's how we roll. The spook of Halloween, just in the right time of the year. Let's see if it is who we want it to be. Come on, don't tease us. Come on. Come, Mimikyu. Please, like you did in Sun and Moon. It will be the last one, of course. Yes. There it is! Yes! Thankfully, we got both Acerola and Mimikyu. And you know what? I will upgrade her up to EX in front of you guys in this video, because I love Mimikyu. One of the best Pokemons they did. I love the type of, I think it is Ghost and Fairy if I'm not wrong, and I also love his Z move, which unfortunately isn't in the sync pair, so hopefully we will see it in the future in another pair, I guess, or maybe if they add some new system, because Play Rough, I think it is called in English, is probably one of my favorite moves that I use in Sun and Moon, so I can't really stress enough about how much I like Mimikyu. Of course, Acerola too is a good trainer, and I like her, especially her trial in Sun and Moon was the most fun, since it was kinda spooky, so it makes sense that she's in Halloween for sure. Hilbert, I am honest with you guys, I don't really like the art, I don't really like the clothes that he has, so that's why I don't really plan to roll on him. Also, Mightyena smile kinda spooks me there, so that's another reason. But let's get into the should you pull before I upgrade Acerola. Now, Acerola is a tech unit, which means that she can be useful in various stuff. She can be damage, she can be a tank, or she can be a support. Which of those roles she fits in this pair? So I must be honest with you, when I saw this pair I was kinda like, wow, this is kinda average if not bad, but I feel like this is a sort of niche sync pair compared to the others, because it offers some really cool utility. Why? So let's check first the trainer move. Boo. Sharply raises the user attack, while in disguised form raises the user crit, while in busted form raises the user defense and special defense. So you might ask, what is disguised and what is boosted form? So if you played with Mimikyu in the main games, you know that whenever he gets attacked and is upright like here, any attack will be nullified, and then he will change form into the busted form. This is true also in Pokemon Master EX, of course, so it works the same. Basically, you get attacked once, you don't take any damage, but you go into busted form. This doesn't change any stats or anything else, however it changes the Boo trainer move. So if you are in disguised form, you will deal more damage because you raise the crit rate. If you are in busted form, you will raise your defenses. So which is better? If you run Mimikyu as a tank, probably you want to get hit, then use Boo. If you run Mimikyu as damage, you want to use Boo as fast as you can, so that you can raise the user attack. And of course critical rate. You always raise the attack, but you raise defense, special defense on busted, and disguised you raise critical hit rate. This is a really solid ability because it is versatile. However, of course, pulling it off in disguised form might be a little bit hard if the enemy has some sort of area of effect attack that hits all your Pokemons, which happens a lot for sure. Let's check out the other attacks. Shadow Glow, critical hits land more easily, normal ghost attack. Shadow Sneak, normal ghost attack, which kinda of a letdown if I'm honest with you, since it doesn't really seem to offer anything cool or such, but it is what it is. Phantom Force, now this is an interesting move. The user takes on a Phantom Presence. After a set time, this presence fades and the user attacks. You can't do anything else while in Phantom Presence, but opponent moves will not hit the user while it is in this presence. If it is hit by a sync move while in Phantom Presence, the presence will fade. So this is basically sort of a flying, dig, etc. type of move, which is really nice, especially if you want to run him as a tank, since he shouldn't get targeted by any ability, so it seems to be really good. I wonder if the damage will keep up, of course, since it seems to have charges, if I'm not wrong. If you can see, this one costs 2 move push, this only has 3 out of 3 charges, so kinda of a cool mechanic that we have there. The sync move is boosted if the target is confused. As you can see by the passive, we also have Critical Confuse 9, leaves the target confused when the user lands a critical hit, and also Opportunistic 9, lowers the target defense when an attack is successful against a confused opponent. So you have Confuse Synergy, Self-Buff, and also the Disguise mechanic, which I explained earlier with the Disguised and Busted form. Is she any good? Should you pull? I feel like she's such a niche that it is hard to say if she's good or not, but I can see the potential. She can be bot a tank, or a DPS, or focus on either, I guess, with the Seeing Grid, which we will check out in her personal video, of course. However, if I had to choose, probably you will get more out of Hilbert between the two. But I do like Acerola more for her skill set, since it is very creative, it is very fun to play with, and it also faithful to Mimikyu as a Pokemon. So should you pull? Yes, but only if you realize that you are pulling for a very versatile unit and not for a unit that does only attack or only defense. So make sure that you know that. Let's check out Hilbert, so that I can explain why he's a little bit better. So he has Crunch, small chance of lowering the target defense, and Double Edge, which of course is a blowback attack like Emboar and Zeb Striker, which makes you take damage whenever you attack. How does he keep up with this damage? He has X attack, which raises up his attack, always nice to have, and Roar. Sharply raises the user speed, radically raises the user speed if the user is affected by a status condition. Sharply raises the user crit rate, lowers the user defense and special defense. Not really a fan of this trainer move, however, its focus on defense makes it so you don't really have to run any support that raises speed or critical hit rate, which is always nice, since you can just run someone that heals, since you can raise both attack, crit and speed with only his trainer moves. The sync move raises the user crit rate, which is nice, and deals a ton of damage. Let's check out the passive. Carry On, which raises your attack whenever you kill a Pokemon on the opposite field. Spur on 4. Charges the user move wash by 4 each time another Pokemon on the field of play faints. And Dark Shift. Normal type moves become Dark type moves, which of course is meant for Double Edge. Now, Hilbert is better than Acerola because he is more straightforward. He's a full attack. He has attack, he has Roar, which boosts crit, and of course your speed. He also has synergy with destroying the enemy team, so you want to destroy the side Pokemon and then the main Pokemon first if you run Mightyena. And he also has a really good sync move with bot damage and a crit rate increase. So what does this mean? It means that investing in Hilbert, Sync Grid, and also EX version will be better overall. But of course, something being better doesn't mean necessarily that it is better to pull. Honestly, I feel like you will get more out of Acerola, but if I was honest with you, Hilbert is the better unit for how he's cohesive with his mindset of an offensive unit. Hopefully that made sense. So, for the question, should you pull for Hilbert? Yes, he's a very good dark type attacker, which I don't think we have actually in the game, or if we have, I think it is only Karen, which is special attack and not physical, if I'm not wrong, of course. Now, the moment you are waiting for, it is finally here. We are indeed going to upgrade our Acerola and check out the EX costume. Why am I doing this, and why am I not upgrading EX Leaf? Because she's limited, even Leaf is limited, but I think that I like Mimikyu so much that when I saw the data mine with Mimikyu, I just said I can't upgrade Leaf. First, I need to upgrade the Mimikyu. So let's do it. Let's exchange some tickets right here. We need the 4. And there we go. We got all 20 to upgrade up to 5 star. And of course, those aren't the full stats because we don't have the full level for Acerola, but already we can see that there is some really decent stuff. Now, let's unlock the EX costume. Boom, there it is. You might say, wow, there isn't really a change. Wait. Now I will show you the change. There it is. You can see that it is a little bit more grey, which is actually really cool, because Mimikyu has the same coloration of Pikachu, but a little more faint, if it makes sense in English, a little more greyed out. The grey is a little more prevalent in his color, which is actually a really cool idea that they had to emphasize the fact that he is a ghost. You don't really see Mimikyu, you just see the costume that he has to be appreciated. And then you hear all the weird tales about him and his and what is under the costume, what hides inside Mimikyu. I wonder if they will ever show us in the future and maybe make it a new Pokemon or an alt of Mimikyu. You can see that the stats are also really good. Not really a huge focus on defense, but I feel like you can raise that up with her trainer move, so it's not much of an issue. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. We had an amazing result, even though we could get more, but getting her already was good enough for me. Hopefully you will tune in next time for her showcase, since it is the next thing that I'm planning to do, or the event story, whatever comes first. I also might go and try to do the full force battle as a video. I didn't do it for Volkner since it was fairly simple. Maybe this one will be a little bit harder, we will see. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Let me know your pulls in this gacha if you plan to pull, or if you are saving up for something else. I'm always happy to know if you had a successful gacha, or if you didn't. I always will be there to say, don't worry, there is always the next time. Remember to leave a like and a sub to support the channel, and if you enjoy Pokemon Master content, remember to check out the playlist for more content that I did in the past. Once again, thank you very much. This is Christmas Rosa, Halloween Acerola, Hunter Lodge, and with so many festivities for today, we're out.